Yes, you're on.
Okay, hi, I'm Tom Critchfield. I'm a structural engineer, Critchfield Structural Solutions, LLC. So I'm looking at this front wall of the basement on this road, of the house on this road, which is called
Welsh.
1008, is it? Welsh Drive?
Yes.
Okay, and so the wall in this area from approximately here over to this corner, or over near this corner, is leaning a little bit, and this is evidenced by the level over here. I'm holding the level against the wall right now. You might be able to see that the bubble is not right between the lines the way it would be if the wall were perfectly plumb. Now I'm going to move the level so that the top edge is touching the wall and the bottom edge is actually away from the wall. I can just barely stick my pinky in between the level and the wall. The level is plumb. The wall, of course, is not plumb. It's about, I'll just estimate that right now, at about 3/8 of an inch out of plumb over the 2-foot length of this level. So the wall is leaning inward a tiny little bit. Generally, when the wall leans inward, let's see what it's doing up here. It's doing the exact opposite up here. Again, I'm holding the level in a perfectly plumb manner. The bubble is between the lines. This bottom end is against the wall, and up here we've got a gap of about, I will estimate that at probably, it's not very big, it's maybe 3/16 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch. So what this means is that the wall has started off plumb like this and it's buckled inward like that. And when it buckles inward, just like my knuckles are moving apart when my arms buckle inward, this joint has opened up. And so there's a horizontal crack here. I'm pushing on this grayish material in here with my fingernail. It is apparently caulk, and so it's been caulked. The crack isn't very big. Generally, this is caused by the wall not being able to withstand the pressure that's acting on its exterior face and pushing it inwards. The bottom of the wall is restrained from movement by the floor. The top of the wall is restrained from movement by the ceiling structure. So the wall has buckled in the manner that I've described. Typically, what happens in a situation like this, not always, but typically, is that a wall that has been damaged like this is, if it does continue to buckle inward, which sometimes happens and sometimes doesn't, it will only do so at an incredibly slow rate that plays out over years and years and years. And eventually, in my estimation for this wall, quite some years from now, it would buckle inward to the point that it needs to be repaired. At this point in time, I don't see this as being requiring a repair. The underlying cause of the problem is that, again, the wall wasn't quite able to withstand the pressure on its exterior face. Typically, the source of the excessive pressure that apparently has acted on this wall, on its exterior face, is saturation of the soil on the exterior face with water. And that is in turn caused by the drainage characteristics of the front yard. The lot slopes downward toward the house from that corner of the lot over there, and so rainwater tends to run back toward the house and is probably contributed to the saturation of the soil on the exterior face of the wall with water. And if typically relatively minor drainage improvements are made, you can cause the water table to drop in the soil and cause the pressure on the exterior face of the wall to drop quite a bit. And that will tend to reduce the chance of this wall buckling in further and undergoing that slow process of deterioration that I mentioned earlier.
Yeah, it seems like the design of this house, on the eaves, they don't have front gutters, only when it's over the door, but
okay.
like right where this is, it doesn't appear that there are gutters there just because of the design of the house.
Okay,
So,
I'll tell you what, we can go outside right now and talk about the drainage characteristics of the front yard.
Okay.
And so I think your point is a good one. I haven't yet looked all that carefully at the front yard and so forth, but we can do that now if you like.
Great.
So any